Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Today? This morning? This afternoon? This evening? Whatever it is for you. My name's Baa Ram Wu, if you don't already know me. And today we are going to be dealing with one of my favourite ladies in all of Netrunner. And she is right here on screen. Someone was talking. We're going full jank today, Aksu. Absolutely. Someone was talking last week about Chief Slee. I've been talking about building a Chief Slee deck for a while. Slee is the prana of Wayland. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't disagree. And yeah, we're gonna make this work. Yeah, so Anvil is certainly part of the plan, Dijin. So I think let's kind of we can build a deck. I've maybe got some news after that. We could quickly see if we can find. Let's see if we can find my previous Slee decks. So if we go back a little way, or probably quite far actually, we can see if we can pull up the last time that I think Slee was really powerful. So here we go. This was World 2020. I really enjoyed playing this deck. I mean, it was pretty busted just because Asa was like super busted at the time. We could play Lakshmi Smart Fabrics, which was a great way of not losing while trying to win with Slee. I think, did we still have the court? Yeah, we still had Cybernetics court. We were allowed to play Violet level clearance, and I'm only on one of them for some reason. And we also had this, which is a really important card, self-destruct chip. So this brought the runner's hand size down to 4, which meant that that we could potentially get a Slee kill. This deck, like at Worlds, it only lost 2 games. It won 5, and I used to really enjoy like this particular Slee deck. We've also, I don't know, I wonder if I ever published it. So previous to that, I used to play a lot of Slee in Acme, but I'm not sure if I ever like actually published one of those lists. Apparently not. So we've got a couple of ways that we can go. We can either go Asa for the value, but I think today we're going to build in to Ob, because there's a lot of things that we can do in Ob at the moment. A lot of tricks which we could do. If we were building an Asa, then yeah, I think Loki and Trieste is like a really nice, I mean, not even Loki, just Trieste could be a really good way of triggering Slee. Just in case you're not familiar with this card, it's not exactly a very commonly played card. Chief Slee, just look at her to start with. She's so happy. She's so happy to be doing like a load of net meat damage to you. I just love this art. Something about it. It's great. So she's 2-cost asset, 3 influence. And she says, whenever an encounter with a piece of ice ends, place 1 power counter on Chief Slee for each unbroken subroutine on the encountered piece of ice. We'll definitely be trying half run, dear Jenny. I think that's like, I think the main part of the plan today. I assume, but we'll see. There's a few other things that we could do. Now there is a problem here. So the problem is that if we manage to charge Slee up, so firstly you need to get 5 subroutines to fire. It doesn't all have to be in the same time, but you have to do that, and Slee then needs to stick around for long enough that they don't just go and trash her. She is only free to trash, not the hardest thing to trash. And then if you do get 5 counters on her, then she only does 5 meat damage, which is actually a big issue because 5 meat damage is generally not enough to win the game, which is why in... have I still got this up? No. Why in my Asa deck, I used to play Brain Chips. Yeah, Axu. We'll get onto that in a second because that could be big. So I used to play Brain Chips to bring the hand size down. Now, if we were playing in purple, if we were playing in like Asa or something like that, then we can put in some brain damage options. But I've got at least one idea which might be good or might be terrible in the way to sort of do the last bit of damage. Just get 10 counters. Yeah, you can just get 10 counters on her if you can fire it enough. My most memorable game from Worlds 2020 was playing against Rotage, where I ended up with a Chief Slee with I think 17 counters on her. He managed to trash her with no clicks, no credits, and no board state left because basically it all got trashed on the way in, which then meant I could score out. Right, but so I think I'm going to build in NRDB today just so that it's on this side of the screen. Let's see what we can do here. Also today, a bit of news. So this morning I recorded a really fun video with Bing, who is one of the Drop Bears. It's an Australian player. We played his Headlock Hashiko list, which is this one here. We made some people's lives very, very miserable. I'm just like editing that video, and I'll put it up at some point this week. We had some really good games. It's really interesting to hear his take on how he builds decks and how he plays decks in particular, obviously this deck. But yeah, that's keep an eye out for that. That should be up in the next couple of days. I'm having to do some fairly heavy editing because I might have recorded the first 2 games with my face covering the wrong bit of the screen, and I might have had to go in and edit a lot of the cards so you could see them. But it's fine. It's all good. Where's Ob? There's Ob. Okay. We'll probably do... Well, we might do agendas last, but so there's a couple of things that we have to think about here. So first, we have to think about ways to trigger Slee herself. So either ice, which is hard to break, or they can't break, which is an option now with various things. We also have to figure out what to then do, how to then kill a runner once we've got our Slee to 5 counters. Getting her to 10 is going to be a big issue. And then the last thing we have to consider is pinhole threading, because I don't want to just literally lose to pinhole threading, which is very easy to do. And we're not playing Ag Infusion here. Maybe we should play Ag Infusion with Slee, but it's probably a bit too much. So let's start by putting free Chief Slee in, and we'll see where we go from there. Bam. Okay. Nice and easy. We'll put some just classic good stuff cards in. We're going to put free Spin Doctors in. We're probably going to put in free Rashidas. Both of them are particularly good in OB, and we're going to put in free Border Controls, and like pretty good start. Okay. There is a chance that we try and play Transport Monopoly. Because if we can score one of these out, then that is our way to deal with Pinhole. I don't know if we can score one of these out, but I'm going to kind of just put it in as an agenda for now, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. Because there's a chance that we might be able to score one of these out early enough that we're then protected from Pinhole. The other card we could consider is putting in like a copy of Biovolt, which we could potentially tutor with Ob quite easily. I don't know if we're going to have the influence for this. We'll see where we get to. I'll just leave it there for the time being. So I think probably a decent part of our kind of strategy is going to be based on Hafren. And then we want a couple of Mavirus, possibly 3 of these. Let's do 3 for now. And we'll kind of see what we need. We might need to cut something here. So I'm pretty like I'm sure you're familiar with this combo by now, but when the runner hits a piece of ice, if we have a Mavirus installed or something else that we can trash, which is free cost, we can do so. We can pull a Hafren at instant speed, res it, then we can trash 1 card from HQ, and we can choose a breaker that the runner's got installed, and then they can't use that breaker to break a piece of ice. So this could be really good, especially in combination with another card which is pretty good in Ob, which is Envelopment. So Envelopment comes in with 5 subroutines, which is a full charge for Slee. So that is like potentially pretty good. There's a slight chance that we play Divert Power in this deck so that we can de-res our envelopments, but I think that's probably going a stage too far. There's a bunch of other ice that we can play which can't be which can help us here. We can play Asher. So Asher, if it's on HQ, they can't break both of the subroutines here. The runner loses 2, like almost always fires. Does Slee count multiple end run subroutines? Yes, it does. So the way Slee reads is after the encounter, for every unbroken subroutine on the encounter pieces of ice. So it's not like Raindrops Cut Stone, for instance, which you need to, the subroutine itself has to have fired. It's just for every single thing which you didn't break on that ice, you will get a counter for. And a really interesting thing is that and something to remember, it's if you ever, I mean, it's very rare that you come against a Chief Slee deck, but I've had it in the past and I've had to explain to people. So if you inside job a piece of ice, Chief Slee will get counters for everything that you inside job. If you happen to be on Security Nexus, and there's a few people playing Security Nexus because of Andre's deck, then you will get counters for every single one of those pieces of ice. If, as Axu mentioned, if they're on Bankar, then we're going to get they again haven't been broken, so we're going to get, not only we're going to get counters on Chief Slee, but they're also going to take damage, which is like absolutely perfect for us because it's potentially then going to be hard for them to draw up. So let's have a think about the rest of our ice. I think Anvil is really, really good here because again we can put this on centrals. This isn't going to protect the Slee, but we can put this on centrals and we can force runner to not be able to break these by trashing a piece of ice or something else. So that seems really, really good. We'll play at least 1 macrophage. This is just like one of the highest strength, hardest to break. Normally you just let it fire type pieces of ice. Yeah, like no one really breaks this well apart from people who have already installed 2 turbines, and by that point we've lost the game anyway. So in general you just let this fire, but if you do that then Slee gains 4 counters, which is pretty good for us. And then the question is, do we play like Do we play Stavka? We might play Stavka. It works. Well, the thing is here, it doesn't work so great with Hafren because really we want to Hafren. Well, I guess we've only really got envelopment and macrophage as things with lots more subroutines. If we had more influence, then we'd maybe play something like a Fairchild Free. Zato, yeah, Zato's coming, Cold Lava, for sure. So let's do that now. So let's talk about the Zato grid, because this says when the runner encounters this ice, you may choose one subroutine on it. You may trash this ice to resolve that subroutine. Now, they have encountered, I'm just double checking that this will work, because they have encountered the ice. And Slee says, when an encounter with a piece of ice ends. Yes, so, TLDR. I think we're hoping a bit too much with TLDR, to be honest. So let's say we put in an ice wall or two, because I think we probably will. We might have to look at costs in a second, because at the moment, like, I haven't done any like ob maths here. But let's say there's an ice wall on the remote and we Zato the ice wall, then we'll get a Slee counter, because it's going to end run. They haven't managed to break that subroutine. Endless Eula for the 6. So Endless Eula is an option, and I've played it in other decks, and if we have the influence, then yes, maybe. I kind of... Envelopment is doing a very similar thing. So I'm unsure. Now, the problem is envelopment's a bit worse now because everyone's back on paperclip. Rhyme's interesting. There's a lot of Amaku around at the moment, which makes Rhyme pretty bad. But it is hard to break it. And then, I mean, if we played like Rhyme and Loki, then we're talking, you know. But again, I think that's a purple deck, and maybe we'll like try this, and then when it doesn't work or it does work, we'll try it in purple. I want some extracts for reasons. And we're going to put some hedge funds in before we realize that we have no money. We're going to need some other money cards. Okay, so at the moment we've got probably too much ice. 17 is fine. Is probably fine. Right, we need to talk about this way of doing our one last bit of damage. And unfortunately, what would be really good is if we could find something with ob, and obviously there's the kind of the most obvious choices would be things like that's ice. I don't want ice. Would be something like a Reaper function, but we can't tutor this at the start of their like we can't tutor this at the start of our turn with, say, the mining thing. What's that called? Zero cost. Keeling. Yeah, I can't stick a Keeling on a board, so I want something which I can pull out and fire for an extra damage, and I think the answer is going to be this. This is Storgotic Resonator. This is 2 influence and it's 2 cost, which is pretty good. I think we're gonna have. I hope we've got some free costs stuff. We might need to maybe we change these for other things. Sphegator is what I was thinking. We've got some free costers and we might put in some more. So my yeah, exactly. What is that? So my plan is that on the turn where we have 5 Slee counters, Slee is 1 click, to do our 5 meat damage. We're gonna extract a free cost card to put a Storgotic Resonator on the board. So that's click 1. Click 2 is hit Chief Slee. We're going to just ignore the fact that they will not have any steel skins in hand. It's just not going to be a thing. We're going to do 5 meat damage. Out of those 5 meat damage, what do we think the chances are that one of those cards is the same faction as the runner's ID? I reckon pretty high, right? Like if they've got a full hand of cards, the chances that none of them are of their ID, pretty good. So then we're going to get a counter on Storgotic Resonator, and we're going to do 1 last damage with Storgotic. That is the plan. It might not work. So we definitely need some more money in here. So I think we're probably going to put in... what are we going to put in? It's either we put in NG. Oh, we also need some more agendas. Ugh. I guess we have got some influence, so we could play global food. We could play... I think we probably have to play global food and drop 1 Mavirus. 3 seems potentially greedy. That is also probably correct. But this means that we could just play 2 global. And then probably just Atlases and take over his money. Yeah, I don't like giving him bad pub, because I don't think we're really going to be scoring out. I mean, we might have to. Well, we'll see when the Slees go. Oh, the other card that I wanted, actually, which now I'm thinking about it, is like some way of protecting Slee. No, we've still got the Biovelt, so I was considering playing everyone's favourite card at the moment, which is obviously Warroid Tracker. Could be the other option. So now we're over it. So we either play Global Food and Biovelt, or we play like 2 copies of Warroid Tracker, which is very tempting. Biovelt Diogene was purely for pinhole. Maybe we just try and score the Transport Monopoly. Maybe Transport Monopoly is our pinhole protection. Like, we can probably score one of these behind an envelopment early on, right? Although we kind of want our envelopments for other things. We don't have many in the runs. Okay, what other cards? We need at least one other agenda. We want an Above the Law. Yeah, I mean, Warroid Tracker it's always been a busted card because it kind of it stacks. Chrysium would work, but we'd have to. It's hard to do that. I wonder whether border control. I mean, if we ice up all the centrals, then we might just be okay. We might just have to put like border controls on places like archives where they're more likely to Chrysium. Because the problem with Chrysium Grid Stop Pinhole is like if we put it on, if we use it instead of ice, then they just go in and they trash it. We probably want regoliths, I guess, as money. That's good money, and it gets us a 1-coster, although we don't actually have like any 1-costers. Do we want a water wall? We could then play Akhet, which also is like unbreakable. Probably not as good. Okay, so Regoliths can get an ice wall, which is something. It's something. Deck is very poor at the moment, Diogene. You are not lying. At the moment, we are probably in like suffering massively for money. So let's try with. I think we try with the Biovolt ice, the Biovolt and the Global Foods to start with. Can we get any more money in here? Don't quite know. Border controls currently pull. These are 4 cost. This is 3 cost. This is 3 cost. And the Zato is 3 cost. The virus is free. Okay, so we've got like, oh, I really want, what I want is the guy. What's his name? He's like all the money you need in so many ob decks if you can stick him. I'll find him. Yakov. So, how do we get a Yakov in here? Or 2? We probably drop 2 Slees. We probably dropped 2 Slees. So Mavirus can find a Slee, which is worth considering actually. And maybe we do put in another free cost, like something else which is free cost. Maybe I do want the free Maviruses. Because pulling a Slee at instant. Can we, do we drop the Biovolt? I think we probably drop the Biovolt. And play. I don't want 1 Slee, but I'm considering dropping to 2. We could drop to 2 Slees, and then we could tutor it with something like a Mavirus, for instance. And then we'd have an extra influence to maybe put in a Marilyn or something. Marilyn can be pretty good when we can extract stuff. 1 Storgotic, so we're only ever going to pull the Storgotic on the turn where it wins. And if it's in the bin, then we will have to spin doctor it back. If it's in hand, then... If it's in hand, it's fine, because we just install it. Actually, that's fine. It's like not as tetchy as like the Hafrons. We could play Drudge Work. It's like a money card and will also help with agenda density. Maybe we go down to... I guess we could play more... we could play less agendas. But I kind of do want the transport monopolies. I want to like score a transport monopoly. So how do we... We can't like do a classic agenda suite of just 5 frees. If we want to score this. And I think this is our best bet against Pinhole. So I'm going to get rid of the Biovolt. I'm going to get rid of 1 Slee. Yeah, we could play 2 SDSs instead of the 3 Atlases. But then we shouldn't be on food. So we could just play like 3 SDSs and send a message. But then we really, like, if they just don't run, then we're in a bit of trouble. Kind of need a way of forcing them to run. Okay. What do we cut here? I think we play 1 Ice Wall and we play 1 Sandstone. I've got a lot of ice, like probably too much ice. But it all has good reasons. Maybe we drop a Stavka. Playing only 1 Sentry seems suspicious, but it's probably correct. We have our 2 influence now. We could play a 3rd. Does that help? Playing a 3rd food? I don't think it actually does. Unless we play a third food, one Marilyn. No, I was going to play a third virus so that we can find the Slees. Okay. What are we dropping? Envelopment seems really important. Border control seems really important. These are fine. Maybe we drop to 2 anvil? I think sandstone is better than Maskirovka because it's a better, it's something which they're less like easy to break very early on. The bonus that Maskirovka has 2 subroutines is something. It's definitely something. Maybe we drop to 2 anvils. I feel like anvil could be like our best ice though. That's what I'm worried about. And then we have 1 influence left, which could be a Marilyn. And then we need to cut another card. We could cut to 1 Zato grid. That seems pretty good though. It is a lot of barriers. I think we probably like. I think I want to cut the ice wall. It's just that we've got some 2 costas, which like Marilyns and Regoliths. I want them to be able to get something. Unless we play like a launch campaign. Do we play like 1 Regolith, 1 launch? Maybe 1 Regolith. Like as soon as we got Slee in the remote, then the remote is full. So we maybe play 1 launch campaign, and that is our like 1 costa to get, and then we drop the ice wall. That's a deck. Wow, that is a messy deck. God, I feel a bit I guess it's Ob, right? Ob decks always look like kind of horrendous. Right, let's try it. I think that is solid. Find out. So sleeves, oops, are mandatory. Hope you all enjoy the wordplay there. Alrighty. So the question is, like, we'll play at least 1, maybe 2 games with this deck, and we'll decide. What I'm really curious on is whether Transport Monopoly is a choice or not. Because if we drop the Transport Monopolies, then we can actually play like a fairly different deck, which could be beneficial. But I just don't want to lose instantly to Pinhole. Slees are mandatory. Okay. I always put my Twitch up here just because it's easier, but like most people actually watch me on. Actually, it's a bit of a mixture, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Oh, did that game work? Apparently not. Let's try again. Alrighty. Okay. So. Oh, we do have a lot of virus hate as well. That is true. We've got like this is very anti. Oh wow, we're down to only 15 ice now. Maybe that's not enough. This is a lot of assets. I guess this is money. This is money. We'll find out. I'm curious actually. Like if we can stick a Yakov early, then we don't need most of this money. We'll find out if we feel too rich or not. We're playing Hashiko, 45 card list. Could be pretty standard. I think I'm going to mulligan here. I don't want to jam a Rashida behind an anvil. That feels pretty bad. Okay, we got an early Slee, which is actually not ideal. We got a Yakov, which is better. I think we're going to go for... I think we're going to go for the big play, which is we go envelopment in a new remote and a Slee behind it. And we dare them to check this server. Okay, they're not checking it. They find them a virus. That's just a shame. That goes down for free. They find a Zato. That goes down for money. All right, we've pulled a Hafren, which is not great. We're going to put this on server 1. We're going to do Anvil. I think, what are they more likely to check? I think they're more likely to run R&D. So we're going to go R&D. We're going to put this on HQ. And we'll see what they do. Like, we're going to just probably click for credits for a while. Oh, that's even better. We'll play that. I snap played that. It's so dumb. Like, shouldn't have done that. I'll draw once. I could put the launch campaign out, but I'm not going to yet. I'm going to draw one. Okay, so now we're going to start drawing into agendas. There is a chance that we like jam. Oh, so this is kind of what we want, right? They're going to have to trash this paladin as well, which is like pretty good for us. So we're going to res Chief Slee. We're going to res the anvil. We don't need to trash another card, so we won't. Now, in a dream world, they run this. But I'm not totally sure if that's going to happen. So this fires, we gain a credit, they lose a credit. They might well steal this. They don't, they see a launch campaign. So now we probably have to ice up archives. And we're probably going to have to do it with a half run, which feels bad. Could do it with the Afshar, but I think we want to keep the Afshar for HQ. So we'll just put this on archives. Unfortunately, this is really bad against bin breakers, which they're going to be on. Put this on HQ and we'll gain a credit. We can still res the envelopment. We can res the envelopment and any of these ice. Which is like super important. This is terrifying because they're going to be able to break stuff soon. I think I'm just going to click for credits. I might put the launch campaign out behind a Stavka. They have an SMC. So, this is unfortunate. Well, we're resing an envelopment here, but they're probably going to trash it as well. So let's res. We'll res our guy because if they trash it, then we'll at least make some money. Yes, Slee would get a counter if envelopment fires a trash this ice subroutine. Because the encounter has finished. They're letting this fire? Okay. I think we win. I will let them undo if they want to undo this. because I feel like they probably just haven't come across Chief Slee before. Okay, they're going back. I mean, they've got the SMC, so they can break this at the worst. I think they can. Maybe they can't afford it. Because SMC plus paperclip is like 6. Oh, they definitely can't now. I think Slee's gonna get a kill here. This is hilarious. Because I don't think they don't have enough. GG. We got a 12 count of Slee. Right, quick screenshot. Boom. They said it couldn't be done. I think you might have had just enough to break on the first run. Probably couldn't have trashed her. But at least hippoed the ice. Wow, there we go. We're off to a roaring start. No worries. Okay, want to know? I think we'll probably just end the stream there and call it a night, right? Solid. Okay. Did I copy? Oh, I screenshotted, so now I didn't copy it. Bum bum bum. Streaming. Ram Wu. Okay. I don't know if they're definitely a new player. Like, I think they knew what was going on. They just maybe miscalculated. Because I think if they, yeah, like from what I worked out, they had exactly enough credits to pull a paperclip with the SMC, break all 5, and hippo. They'd have been on 0 credits, and maybe, like, I mean, they had a liberated on the table, so it wouldn't have been for long. Maybe we could have gone. Axie's got a good point. Yeah, not knowing your Slee interactions. What a noob. Yeah, no, I think that's pretty unfair. That's kind of like saying, "Oh my gosh, you don't know how helium beta test works." Gosh. Saw someone playing that card the other day. I think they said it was a mistake, so I think I'm all right. No, I won't say it just in case. Just in case they're like planning something. But it's a very left wing deck builder. Mostly the first turn, trashing Zatov. Oh right, yeah. They did like play very like if we were a HHN deck, then they would be in a lot of trouble. I wonder if I think if I see Zato in a Wayland deck, then my instinct would actually be to feel that I was probably quite safe from hard-hitting news. Like, maybe I'm gonna like regret that at some point and I'll play into it. But if I see Zato, then something else is going on there, probably on like Rig Shooter. I'd be more worried about Public Trail because I'd be more expecting, if they were like on a tagging strategy, I'd be more expecting kind of Retribution. Maybe hard hitting news is still Public Trail into Retribution. I mean, hard hitting news is still good. But yeah, it's. I mean, the running first click. There's a really interesting game actually. Once I put it up, once I put up the video which me and Bing made today with his headlock Hashiko, there's he tends to play very, very aggressively, and we play against two outfit decks, and against both of them we run very, very early. And his philosophy is kind of force them to have it. And there's a great example where on turn 2 we do get we're at like a pretty decent credit total. We end at like 12 at the end of our turn, and we get double econ warfared and hard hitting used. And then Bing's philosophy is like, well, if their perfect opening hand was 2 econ warfares, a hard hitting news, and a boom, then they've got us. But he's just like, we'll just click for credits, and then the turn after we'll clear some tags. Spoiler alert, we didn't get boomed on that turn. And it's kind of true. Like, sometimes you just got to force them to have it, right? And I think that's okay. And sometimes you will lose to that strategy. Sometimes you like run an IP block turn 1. I'm not gonna throw shade on Andre, but in his last stream he did make some really wild like first turn runs, which I was kind of thinking you're gonna get hard hitting used, and he did. But yeah, it's one thing to play around one card and a different thing to play around the 3 card combo on turn 2. Yeah, that's it. And like, I mean, if they had anything apart from literally double econ warfare into hard hitting news turn 1, like you can't necessarily play around the fact that like, oh, they might have double econ warfare hard hitting news. I think you just gotta go. You just gotta assume they don't. Okay, we've got a Lat deck, which is annoying because Lat can often have 6 cards in hand. So that's fine. That's fine. We're going to mulligan this hand. This is, I mean, we've got our transport monopoly. That's a thing. How bad do we want to score the transport monopoly? I think we can go HQ. We're going to put this on a new remote. There's a chance that I should have just kept the Afshar in hand there, because this like elicits a run here. I probably should have. Anakam. That's another. This is going to be so hard to kill. Like, really hard to kill. We're going to have to get like a 10 counter Slee. So good. Rigging up. We got a cleaver. Okay, they can deal with our envelopments. Expensive. The minute that they get a turbine down, then we're in trouble. I think here we can draw one. That's like not a card that we want. Maybe we do want drudge work. Because it would be money and kind of filtering, which are good. We're probably going to put the macrophage on R&D next turn, just to sort of slow down their runs. We can also, at some point, potentially pop this Mavirus to get a Slee from our deck, which we've lost our Storgosic. It didn't even have to read it. That's depressing, isn't it? The question is, where do we put our other border control? They're on Anacam, so I'm assuming Pinhole anyway, but I think we might put the other border control on Archives, which feels awful, but I think is probably correct. I kind of want to get this Regolith in here, but I don't have an extract to get rid of the Marilyn yet. Right, let's put this on R&D. How much do I want to play around Pinhole? Just enough to do this. And then I'll take a credit. I guess, like, actually, I should just be trying to score out this transport monopoly. That's meant to be our way around Pinhole. Well, I regret this ice immediately. I should have put that on there. Probably on the server. The thing is, once you get if you get a Zato in here, then every card with an end run becomes a border control. But I guess you have to get the Zato in there to start with. Right, if we could draw an extract on exactly this turn, that would be great. Okay, Gordian Blade. They are able to break our stuff, which is a shame. That is not a card that we're looking for. Let's draw one. Anvil. I think we can put the Anvil. I'm almost tempted to make a second server here. I am tempted to make a second server, which feels terrible. Feels like a real bad idea. But if they run this Anvil, then I can trash the Marilyn, and I get good value from that. So I think I'm going to do it. And then, do we want the Regolith or do we want the Rashida? I think we want the Rashida. Okay. All right. We got a DJ for Steve. That's all right. We got an Afshar on HQ, which feels good. So, do we res the Afshar? And do we go get a Slee? I don't think we get a Slee because we can't really protect it behind anything. I think we probably don't res the Afshar. I think we don't res the Afshar. Although at least then they have to run back. They're playing 2 copies of Beth. Oh, we're going to get deep dived at some point. Okay, so now I'm liking this border control here. Thinking. I think we... just feels really bad because they just spend their overclock credits. Oh, I guess this is 2. This is loses, right? So they do have to lose them. I'm going to res it. It stops them just going back and taking the other agenda. Which is something. Okay, let's see if they want to spend their overclock credits here. They're probably going to Steve back. What are they going to Steve back? Probably these 2. What they potentially could have done is pop the self-modifying code before they lost the 2. I think we remove the creative commission. Okay, they've stolen our transport monopoly. That was our way around Pinhole. Oh, that would have also dealt with Deep Dive. That's a shame. That would have actually been pretty good for us. I think we Marilyn. Oh no, we can't Marilyn first because then we can't put it in the server, can we? No, we can. So we Marilyn first. We'll Ob. We'll put a launch campaign, which is the only thing that we have in server 1. We'll shuffle the Marilyn back in. We'll trash the Rashida. We have a Slee and an envelopment. I want to put the Slee in this server. We can always get one at Insta speed. Let's put this on server 1. We'll put this in server 2 and we'll click it once. Because this is fine. If they run through here, then we can trash this. Hello, Cryptogram. Yes, Chief Slee today. We are getting our Slee on. One of my all-time favorite cards. Okay, what have they got going on here? They have a bit more money. I think we just click this 3 times. We're gonna money up. So we now have like probably enough money for the game. I hope. If we draw an envelopment to get rid of the launch campaign, then that's a bonus. Okay, so here, do we grab a Slee is the real big question. We can put one here. It will get 1 counter. Think we probably do. They're gonna I mean, the problem is I think they're gonna get in here quite easily. So I think we just go for it though. Like, we don't really need this launch campaign. So let's res. We'll purge viruses to install a 2 cost, which will be a Chief Slee going in server 1, trashing the launch campaign. We'll let them encounter the ice. I mean, the fact that they're on Anicam Lat, we have to really, like, we have, this is going against us, like, quite considerably. We have just lost our, like, our potential big turn with a Hafren, but I think we need to start forcing the issue here. Why didn't oh, she got one when we passed. Right, don't hit. I don't want you to hit them with virus. I would rather you steal an agenda. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Like, our ice is not great right now. Like, they get through this for 2 credits. 3, I guess. This is 1. They will have the money to gamble. I'm going to steal a food. It's not going great right now. So we now need to get this into the server so that we can pop a Hafren for this envelopment. But I think if they just go and they might be scared of like Stavka here, or just any sentry, which is fair. Thoughts on corporate troubleshooter? I wouldn't have thought we'd have enough money for corporate troubleshooter, but I don't hate it as an idea. I think it's pretty solid actually. This can get us a 1 cost, of which we have like none. Helheim server. I think corporate troubleshooter might be a bit better because I think corporate troubleshooter is like a 0 cost, which means it's probably easier to fetch. We're gonna. I think we're gonna trash. So the question is, do we get the launch campaign back into our deck so that we can trash this to keep us on money? But I think we're going to need to like pull the agendas back in. So I'm just going to do this for like money. We don't have any 1 costers. We'll put this on server 1, and then we'll put this in server 2, and we'll hope that they don't like run HQ twice. So here we do have, like, we've got some potential, depending on where they go, got some stuff going on. I'm not sure what card we trash if they run this anvil. I'll have a look at corporate troubleshooter. I'll have a look at both of you. I wonder if Helheim server might have rotated. Not 100%. Maybe we should. I'll tell you what, we probably should have just been scoring out an Atlas here rather than putting a Spin Doctor in it. Yeah, like essentially, unless we force them to do something, then we don't have a huge amount that we can do here. Right, let's spin. Well, that's not great because we don't want to have the Hafrans in hand at all. So I think. Okay, so I think this is the plan. So what we'll do is we'll shuffle back probably the Mavirus. We definitely need the Storgotic. We'll also shuffle back. I think the Mavirus is like the best thing because it gets other stuff. We're going to put an Atlas in server 2. We're going to put a Zatogrid on Is this just for 1 run? It's just for 1 run. How on earth are we meant to stop them going through this like several times? So we do need to put a Zatogrid here. That's annoying. That's a shame. Because I also want to put a Zatogrid here so that we can start like scoring out. So maybe we just do that. We're going to go server 2. Server 2. Sorry, just thinking. Okay, this is pretty bad for us. But at least we kept 1 more Slee counter. Think maybe drudge work. If we could put Zato on a... Okay, so they're like essentially scared of... Yeah, I think we're just going to lose. But we'll find out. So they're scared of like Hafren nonsense. They have 2 clicks left. Oh, we gave them an extra click with Beth. That's pretty bad. So... is there any chance they can pull like a second Corroder? Probably not. Stuff happening. So we'll res this. We'll res the envelopment. We'll pop this. We'll install a Hafren. on server 1. Yes, we will trash a card. We're going to trash the Atlas, and we'll choose the Corroder. Unfortunately, they've still got 2 clicks, and we can only keep them out once. So maybe we should have put the Zato here. It's kind of too late to be scoring. Yeah, I think that's true, but I also like. Well, I wanted to start forcing the issue through this server a little bit. If they didn't have the extra click here, we'd actually just about be all right. Yeah, it would do. I think this is definitely an incorrect play, unfortunately. No! Oh, I've already fired Ob. I was going to say I could border control for a Zato. I can't. They're also going to trash our envelopment right now. Okay, well, mistakes were made. If the Zato was here, then we actually potentially have a win here. Yeah, I'm just wondering if Zato was on server 1, would they even run it? Would they'd just run here, right? They're breaking all of them. Do we res the border control? I don't think we do. Because I don't want them to know what it is. Okay. Transport monopoly probably isn't good, Diogene, but it's the only idea that I had against whatchamacallit. Can I stop them here multiple times? I don't think I can. So we could put a Slee back in. I think we'll draw once. We'll put a Slee in server 1. And probably, where do we put this Stavka is the question. Probably on server 1. Let's just ice up R&D. Next turn, we probably just score out of this Atlas. We're just going to ignore this Atlas in archives. Okay. Right, what can we do here? We can do something. I really wish that we had some one costers. This is why we need one costers. Like, we should have put. Did we took out the ice wall, didn't we? I think we should have an ice wall. So we'll res Slee, res an anvil. Yes, we will trash another card. We could trash. Have we got any 4 costers we can trash? No. Because then we could get a Zato. I think we just trash the Hafren. No, I'm going to trash the Afshar. Because we have like Marilyn's or Yakov. Yakov's good. Probably just the Marilyn though. Because money is going to become an issue. Trash envelopment. Yeah. Maybe envelopment was a better shout actually. We do have a Storgothic Land Wolf. That is going to be our way of doing our last damage. Although we do need exactly an extract in hand. Has this fired? They have to trash something. Actually, this is quite good. Like their whole board state's pretty good. They're not going to want to trash anything here. I guess they probably trashed with Beth. Anvil fires because I trashed a card. Okay, they got rid of the turbine, so that's actually really good for us. We're gonna res this macrophage. This is going to be annoying for them to break. We can just afford to res the border control. I'm not sure how we get our Stilgotic. They also might deep dive us this turn. Okay, they're paying 9, which is all their money. They're going to get Bravado bucks back, unfortunately. And they win. GG. Okay, so we should have put the Zato here, and then we might have had it. But that wasn't terrible. Like, we had some plays. I want to put an ice wall, actually. I need some other one costers. Do we drop? What do we drop? Maybe it is the sandstone. I like having a free, but this is also free. This is a free. Maybe the launch campaign's a bad idea. I think the launch campaign is worse than just having an ice wall. I'm gonna keep the transport monopolies for one more game, and then we're probably gonna get rid of the transport monopolies, and we'll probably play 7 agendas, and then we can have 2 more card slots and 2 more influence. Do we just do that now? Do we ever think we're gonna get a transport monopoly off? Like scored? Never, right? We're never gonna be able to get one of these scored. So let's just do it now. We're gonna get. Oh, but I do like. No, we're just gonna do it, and we're gonna see what happens. So we'll keep the above the law because I think it's the best 2-pointer agenda we've got, and we'll play free SDS, and we'll play free sender messages. We're at 47 cards now, so we can have 2 more cards. So 1 costers that are good. Wall to wall, I guess, is probably fine. That's probably better than the launch campaign anyway. I don't know why I wasn't playing that before. And 1 more 1 coster. Do we just put in 1 more ice wall because they're really good with Zato? Or we've got 2 influence. Do we put the Biovolt in now? We could put the Biovolt in. Now that we've got rid of our... I think we put the Biovolt in. I might want like an extra 1 coster to trash to get the Biovolt, but no, we're just going to go with... We're going to go with this. Okay. Right, let's try this. Let's just see if Cable's okay. Hey, you okay with being on stream? Or testing super secret stuff? We'll just see what Cable's up to. Nothing secret. Okay. I mean, he's going to rip into us here because we are playing Jank, and Cable Carnage is a very good player. Oh, and we're against 4-9. Okay. Did we put more money in our deck? Not much. Do they have Doof turn 1? I might risk it and say they don't. We do have a send a message in hand, which is pretty bad. But I'm quite tempted to go border control, Yakov, Rashida. I'm quite tempted to even go border control HQ and then Yakov, Rashida. That's tempting. I think that's probably a bad idea. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to play the really... I'm going to play the force them to have it turn 1. Okay. So we're going to go... this is a new remote. No. Res it. Put this in a new remote. In the same remote, we'll put this on that remote. We never get punished, Frank, ever. We're going to duck 2 credits of the doof if they do doofus. And then... I mean, they might pinhole us. But then we still get... We're going to res this and get some money from it. And if they don't have it, then this is a great start. Oh, that's perfect. We'll definitely do that. Looking for the pinhole. They find it. We'll res here because we're going to get the money either way. Okay. Not quite as good. They did have a pinhole, but we can put that there. We won't pay for the Marilyn, and we'll put this on HQ and take a credit. We can still duck a doof here, which is fine. Okay. Now things get a bit sketchier. I might take 2 credits and put a Stavka on R&D. Then I can still res it. We will pay because we don't want them to get an Amakua counter. They have an Amakua counter. They see an anvil. They're going here. It's interesting. Oh, they've got Miss Bones. Oh, well, at least we're going to get money for this. We'll shuffle the Marilyn back in. And, okay, they know this is a Stavka. That's a shame. But at least we're running, like, the most monumental amount of... We res here, right? They'll have to trash something. This is free strength. We don't have to trash anything. So this fires. We gain a credit back. They're probably going to steal the agenda. They don't? Okay. That's good for us. We don't want to draw that. We're going to go credit, hedge fund, and then they're going to do this. Or we put half run on HQ because it's actually quite good doof protection. We will pay 1 and we're going to gain 2 credits so that we can res it. So until they get like another breaker down, then they can't actually doof us through this half run with their turtle. Unfortunately, they can run R&D because we can't afford to res this, and they know that. But we do have free... no pop on the BC for sandstone. I forgot that we could do that. Shit, I think I should have done that. It would have gained me Yakov money. They couldn't have got back in. Yep. That would have been a good shout. Okay, we lose a Rashida. That's a shame. Hopefully they hit a Mavirus. They don't hit them with virus. I think this is credit, hedge fund. They have to get this to 7 before they can go R&D safely, which is good. Annoyingly, this is the worst thing for us to protect archives with. Second miss bones, pretty disgusting. Stavka is a good thing for us to protect archives with. So I think we draw once. Okay, this is where our 5-3 agendas are going to get really sketchy. And now I'm going to wish we were on NGOs. We'll put this on archives, paying 1. And we'll probably put we're going to put this somewhere. Where are we going to put it? We're going to put it on server because that's the only place. I mean, I could just run HQ here. So maybe we can't draw last click. That's really bad. No, I'm going to just put this on server 1. We're just going to ignore the fact that we've got 2 agendas in hand. 6 points. Okay. We've got an extract, which could be really good. We're going to draw twice and then take credit. I don't think we could extract this anvil for a Afshar. Afshar's not very good against turtle, though. Bat's quite good against turtle. I think we're going to do this because this also stops our... The other thing we could get with the anvil would be a virus. No, I think, right, we're going to do this to get a... Zato's interesting, but both our Stavkas are here. That's our best thing against criminal for Zato. So I think this goes on HQ. We're going to put this on server 1 and then this in R&D. Next turn we probably have to purge because we haven't found a virus yet. Well, that's annoying because that means they can get through the half run. Yeah, that's a real shame. Okay, well, they worked out. We'll just have to extract this at some point or something along those lines. Let's just purge here. We can probably get a bit of board state going. The macrophage is good, but I mean 4-9 does have link, so it's not the best. The rest of our server is utterly gash. I guess the border control can at least get a sandstone, as Xiap pointed out. Okay. That's going to be a lot of money for them. This might mean... Okay, so this might mean that they are on Sunny's console. This might mean they're on Security Nexus, which is excellent news for us. We don't want to draw that. That is a real shame. I'm gonna put this out in a new remote. We're gonna pay because we don't want them to get 1 counter. Unfortunately, we'll put this in server 1 and we'll take a credit. Okay. Oh, they now know this is a macrophage, so they know all of our tricks, which is or not all of them, but most of them. What do we want to get back here? Probably the Yakov. I mean, the extract could be really good. I think it's the Yakov and the Rashida. I might have to use this spin doctor to get these sender messages back into the deck. Okay. So we can extract this ice, which is probably worth it. We could also extract the Marilyn. Which gets us additional value. I think we're going to do that. We'll extract the Marilyn. We'll install the wall-to-wall in server 1. We'll shuffle the Marilyn. Then we can put out a spin doctor without having to pay. And I think we just draw once more. And we want to get some of this stuff back, but we're going to just draw and then discard, I think, these two, because there's a chance that we can score out this SDS. It's not a good chance, but there's a chance. Less of a chance now. Although, we could push it next turn. Okay, what have we got here? Anvil and a Stavka. Don't think we res the Anvil yet. I think we probably do res the Stavka. It's his last click, so we could trash the wall-to-wall to get a Rashida. I think that feels fine. It's at least like cost them something. We'll trash this. We'll install a Rashida in server 1. They'll break it. Could I Stavka Hafren them? Oh my gosh, yes I could have. Oh, Axu, I'm such an idiot. Yes, 100% I could have. I completely forgot about that as a thing. Oh man. Well, that feels bad. Yeah, and all our Hafrons weren't out or anything, so that is all on me, that one. Let's say that's fine. Wow, that would have actually been really good as well. Oh dear. Oh dear. That would have been great. I mean, we've actually not got many sentries, so getting rid of Ebagolta is like not the greatest. But getting rid of their turtle would have been significant. Like, I think this turn, I mean, problem is we're going to draw a ton of cards, but I probably want to jam out this SDS and then maybe try and get rid of their turtle doing that. But yeah, I could have trashed this, couldn't I? I could have trashed the Afshar leg to get Hafren. We won't shuffle. Okay, we've got a Zato. We've also got a one of these. So that's good. So we put this in server 1. We will pay. We'll put this in server 1. And we'll put... We probably put a border control on HQ just to stop us getting wrecked. How much does that cost us? That costs us 2 credits to put it here. We're going to be very poor if we're not careful. So I'm just going to put this in server 1. But we're going to be even more poor if they doof us. Okay, what are we throwing out here? Probably the other Zato. Might be clicking for credits next turn. Okay, so we do. Unfortunately, I mean, if they run R&D without 2 turtle counters, then we can pull off the Stavka. If they run here, well, it doesn't matter. They can get in at the moment. Maybe it does matter. They can get in unless I guess they can't get in like past a sandstone if we pop this border control. So here, I probably Stavka Hafren them, right? I'm going to be really poor, but I think it is the best option. So we'll res the Stavka, we'll trash this to install a Hafren on archives. We need to trash a card from HQ. That's a shame. We've modded most of these cards. We've already got 2 agendas in here. But we need to do it. So we'll trash an envelopment, I guess. We'll choose the Pagota. Okay, so we get to trash 2 things. So that's good. There's a minute chance that we let them steal a send a message here just to we haven't got any envelopments actually. Oh, they've seen a Slee. When did they trash a Slee? Yeah, so this is bad for us right now, but great. This doesn't stop anything. Oh, they can't. Well, at least they can't steal. Oh, hey Al, how you doing? At least they can't steal this. They're probably going to trash these though, if they hit them, or they definitely will trash these. But this is good for us if we get our Slee, because Security Nexus is going to trigger off it. Okay, that's exactly what we need. We need money. We have it. We're not going to pay. We're going to res it and click it twice. Okay, we're in a position where we can do stuff now. We have some protection against Doof. Archives is pretty safe. Ironic. We probably want to trash this and get it back into our. Oh, we've only got 1 spin doctor left. Are we resing anything here? Maybe this border control. They have to pay. They have to pay like 2 credits. They gain 1 credit back. do I want to keep the store Gothic? Kind of do. I think I can res here. Luckily, this is a very cheap piece of ice right now. Now, they're probably on paperclip, but if they're on Andre's deck, it had no fractor. We're not going to pay here. I just want to make them poor enough to not be able to trash this. And they need to pay... They currently need to pay 3? Oh, they'll get 1 back from DreamNet. No, we're just going to let them do it anyway, because they'll make themselves very poor if they keep going. Watching the stream with breakfast. Perfect way to go in my mind. The nice thing here is that the STS drone deployment is very, very safe, which is great. For now. Might not stay that way. Right, now we really want a Slee, but we also want... I think we just take everything off this, and then next turn... Next turn, we probably put the envelopment and the send a message. Or do we put a send a message in here now? They're going to run HQ. I think that's fine. I don't think we've got any one-costers, so we won't. So I think we can push out the send a message next turn. It's the least safe. We want it in here. If they do run... We want to put this in... We also want to put the envelopment out, though. Maybe we want to create a separate server for to score the agendas in, and then keep this for our Slee server, because we could just do envelopment. Oh, and we're gonna have to deal with Citadel as well, so that's fun. Like, that's no, that's okay actually, because our last bit of damage is net damage, right? Our last bit of damage that we're going to do is we're going to do it with Storgothic Resonator, which is net damage, and this only protects meat damage. And the 5 cards in hand is fine; it's not going to change. Okay, we've got another Mavirus. So, do we create a new server? I think we do. We're going to go... we'll pay. Do this. And then we'll take a credit. If they prevent the 5 with Citadel... Yeah, well, whatever happens, we're going to get a counter on Storgothic. I thought they could stop the last damage with the Citadel, but they can't, because this doesn't protect them against net damage. So next turn is probably just double advance, take a credit. Hope they run it. We need to have enough to pop a... They prevent it. No, but they're trashing all cards from their grip. First time you trash from any location a card. Oh, I trash. Oh, we've just pulled the agenda, which we really want to score. Like, this would be very good to score. And I want to score it more than I want to score the send a message, because that would deal with our Citadel issue. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, they haven't seen the Storgothic. Right, this is where we can do stuff. Now, we're going to go quite poor doing this. But but at least we can probably res something else on the way in. So we're going to go stuff happening. We're going to go, there's definitely not a paperclip in the bin, right? No. So we'll res this. Purge virus counters. Install a Chief Slee in server 1. We'll res an envelopment. Vacant trace. Now we have to decide what we're resing with this sender message. I think it's probably this macrophage. Because it seems like the best option that we have here. We need to be able to res this for 2. So it might actually just be the ice wall so that we can Zato it. No, it's fine. They've got no clicks left. I think we've actually got this. I think we get a Slee kill, but it very much depends what they do with their citadel. Okay. The other option is we put the above the law in the server and we take 2 credits and we hope that they run it. No, I think we just go for the kill. Unfortunately, we have to res this, so we have to like show them what the deal is. Tricky. Okay, we're just gonna try it and we're gonna see what happens. We're not gonna pay because we're gonna res it straight away. We're gonna hit this. Lol, indeed. It happened! It happened! It happened! It happened! Yes! I'm so happy right now. I am so happy. So so this game highlights why 3-pointers are evil. Yeah, not knowing resonator interactions. Cable Carnage is such a noob. You two. Right, we actually pulled off the hyper combo, the like the joyous everything happened here. In a matchup which was going hard. But I mean, we were maybe helped by the fact that they were on security nexus. I possibly could have made this game easier if I had realized that I could Stavka them the first time. So the other option here would be to have installed the above the law and tried to trash their citadel first, just so that they definitely didn't have that as an option. Which maybe is fine. Our SDSs, interestingly, actually, our SDSs are no longer safe because they have a leech, which is probably why they put it down. So if they run HQ, then we probably have to pop this border control. I'm not sure what we're getting. Probably just a sandstone. I guess now our half run on HQ is somewhat like it's kind of decent because they don't have another way through it. Right. Yeah, I think if they prevent the damage, then they're not dead. So because this says trash all cards in your grip, which is them trashing the cards, and Stogotic very specifically says for first time we trash a card. So yeah, so I don't think it would fire. I think we're gonna do like one more let's see if XCAM wants to play. Hey. Do you mind being on stream? No worries if not. Cool. Okay. So far, 2 Slee kills. I think. Have we played 3 games? We've just played 2. We've played 2 Slee kills and 1 loss. This feels like a very bad hand against Lou. Like Yakov Marilyn is something, but it's all very trashable. So we're gonna find. This could be better. Okay, well we'll go this. I think we put this on HQ. Do we want to protect R&D? Do we want to protect it with an envelopment, more importantly? I think we can draw 1 card. We'll draw last click like absolute legends. Oh, we've got an early imp. Hopefully they just hit a virus immediately. I mean, we are running. Okay, we've lost an SDS. We found a spin doctor, so that's good. Let's put this in a new remote and res it. We will. I think we protect spin doctor and then take a credit. The other thing, actually, no, maybe what we do is we put a send a message out and then we extract the send a message so that we get money and then we're just going to shuffle them back. So that's what we're going to do because we just want we want good. That's good opening money right there. I'd love to have got a virus out this turn, but we will maybe do that next turn. So here we'll get these back. They'll probably run R&D last click, I would think. Although they have got a lot of cards in hand. Ooh, they're on maybe Tag Me Lou. That's fascinating. Savernius. Oh my word. Wow. I'm excited about this deck. I am already excited about this runner deck. Okay. What do we want where is the big question. I think we want the envelopment on R&D. So I think we go Mavirus in a new remote, protected with border control, stick an envelopment on R&D, and then we could always pull the Slee with this one here. Did you know there are 0 decks on NRB featuring both loop and rogue trading? I do now. We should potentially we could probably do with putting a border control on HQ in case they are on Hot Pursuit. Because that is so much money. Okay, they're drawing some cards. Boomerang here. Okay. Right. The money would be good. We could jam out this send a message right now, but I feel like it's a bit risky. So I think we might just go. I think we draw 1. That's Not great. We'll put this and this in server 3. Bit sketchy, but we'll probably be fine. Okay, they're taking lots of tags. So we probably need to get rid of this rogue trading. Luckily, we've got some drip income coming in. Yakov is excellent. So I think we probably put Yakov in here. We extract the Marilyn and we trash for rogue trading. Then we can get an ice wall, probably just on HQ right now, because this is a bit scary. So let's go Yakov in server 3, res it, extract the Marilyn, we'll ob for, I think just the ice wall on HQ feels fine right now. And then Yakov, we'll shuffle the Marilyn, we'll trash this. You see, Yakov is such silly money. This card is maybe we build non-ob Yakov decks next week. See, told you they might have Botulus. Now, do we get a Slee at this point? Is the real big question. We're definitely going to pop this Mavirus to stop them getting through here, and then we could get one Slee counter, which is only one, which is a bit of a shame. But I think we do want to do that because if they get in, they're going to steal agendas. So let's res purge ob. Yes. So we could get a Slee. We could just get more money. It can be quite rude sometimes. I think. See, the problem is with getting the Slee. But I kind of want to jam an agenda next turn because I want to get it out of my hand. So maybe we just install a Marilyn. Oh, I've lost connection for a second. Hopefully, have I lost connection here? No, I seem to be okay. That fires. Okay. Which of these do we want to score? Probably the SDS. I think, so that we can maybe get rid of this Botulus. Boom, boom, boom. Putting this Marilyn out here is like maybe not great, but it still costs some money to trash. That is a lot of fermenters. Holy hell. At least we can trash one of them. Bop. Oh, I was meant to get rid of the Botulus. Wait. I was meant to trash the Botulus. Do you mind? Whoops. Slash. Okay, this is like a ton of money. But we do have 2 more Maviruses. Okay. Well, it happens, eh? This is all right though, because at least we can anvil, and they're gonna have to trash something. They probably just trash the boomerang. Okay. We get to. So we'll res the anvil. We'll trash the Marilyn. That's a good reason to have a Marilyn out, isn't it? Marilyn goes back in. We'll install a wall-to-wall, which is pretty perfect. We're going to put in a new remote server so that we can do stuff in here. We'll fire. So we have to trash something. We're going to have a ton of money. We kind of want a border control, probably on R&D now that they've used 2 hop shoots. They got rid of their botulus. Okay, they see a Yakov, they trash it because they're loot, so they might as well. They throw out a gamble. Okay, we get to fire all of the things here, so we'll draw, we'll gain 1, we'll place an, we can place an advancement here. That actually means something. I think we just push this send a message, right? I think we might just be able to score out in this one, which is almost a shame. It might end up being a sad send a message because I don't think we want to res this envelopment. There's a chance we should have actually put this back to hand. Draw again. You'll surely draw it. Sorry, I'm going to catch up with chat a little bit here. Non-Ob Yakov feels a bit weird. It's like one of those ID specific cards. Yeah. Yes, but also I think there's enough stuff that you just trash, like particularly if you're playing Rashida's NGO fronts, especially if you're playing like Gaslights, which are like a pretty easy thing to slot in. They throw out some jailbreaks. It's good for us. We'll gain 1. We'll draw cards. Yeah, we'll just place 1 here, and we'll triple advance this. We're going to show him this border control. Okay, now we could do with we've got one. I'm a virus. Yeah, I think you can like easily get enough stuff going. Okay, they're on God of War, so that's how they're going to break stuff, which is really good if we can Stavka them, because they are painful to get through. Let's draw 1. We'll gain 1. We'll put an advancement here. There's a Stavka. Okay, we'll put this on server 3. I think we put the regolith in server 3. Along with the virus. But the question is, do we just pop this at the start of their turn just to take away all of their... Oh no, we can pop it like they can't break stuff with God of War. So do we regolith or do we hedge fund? I think we regolith. Next turn we potentially like click it twice and extract it. Like, we probably win this one by just scoring out, I would imagine. Okay. We do the thing, right? I think we do the thing. So, stuff happening. We've also got another free coster that we can pull the store Gothic with. Oh, they've got a million hand size though, so that is an issue. Right, let's do Mavirus, Res, Purge. We don't need to. We'll Ob for Slee in server 3. That's okay. So we should have hedge fund. We're resin envelopment. I'm not quite sure how we're going to kill him though. I mean, you say that. You have a million hand size. Source, how you doing? So, we're making Slee decks. XCAM telling us to just draw hostile. Not playing hostile. Not playing anyway to fast advance and event. Sleeve Chi, exactly. We have won 2 games with Chief Slee, 2 Chief Slee kills as well so far, which is pretty epic. I think. Do we want the draw here? I think we probably want the draw. Rashida is interesting. Let's go. I think we need to get stuff back into our deck, probably the viruses. So I think we'll go probably extract this. To get a Spin Doctor in a new remote. this is a nasty card against their deck. And then we'll just hit 2 of those. This can kill. Yeah, we've got ways of dealing this. We could just value sleeve them. It's maybe not the worst because before too long they're gonna have like all their. I think we're just getting back the Tomb of Viruses, right? They seem like the best cards in our deck right now. Because we probably want to get the counter surveillance out of hands. What I'm thinking. Or we need a border control here. Or we put biovolts in this version, right? I'm pretty sure we put biovolts in. We could jam a Rashida behind an envelopment. I don't hate that. Maybe we go new remote, envelopment on the new remote. We might put the macrophage on this as well. And then next turn we can always try and score out this sender message. I think that might be the best way. We might lose on R&D in the meantime. So the other thing would be to put the macrophage on R&D. Let's do that. I think not losing is probably preferable to definitely winning. Okay, maybe we should have left one of the viruses in archives. We might just purge this turn. Do we res here? think. They don't have any bin breakers. I think they are just on God of War and Leech, which is like really nasty when we're on 3 copies of Mavirus. Thinking, what do they have to pay to break this? They can bring it down. They have to pay like 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to boost 3 times, so they have to pay 6. They don't have enough counters. So we get at least 1. I think we res because they don't have enough counters. So at worst here, this becomes a border control. We get 1 more counter on Slee. This is just what per 1, isn't it? 1, yeah. Okay, so do we protect the Rashida? We're definitely installing a border control somewhere. Or we probably just put the border control... Or we put it in a new server so that we can just try and score out next turn. This feels okay to me. Yeah, God of War feels so fun until you need to try and break something with it. Yeah. All good. Maybe we put a half run on archives. That might just be enough. Yeah, that feels fine. Just for the time being. We'll put this on archives. We'll put this in server 8. We'll take a credit. I really could have just scored out by now, Frank. If I hadn't put Slee in this server, we could have just scored out from this server. Like, absolutely. 100% you are correct. But I would ask you the question, where's the fun in that? We're going to try and kill a runner with a hand size of 12 with Chief Slee tokens. That is the game plan right now. Ooh, Botulus. We're going to get a Chief Slee counter here. Do we pop this border control? We probably do. We get him a virus, right? How much ice do we have left in our deck? Plenty. How much of it ends the run? Some. Okay. I think they could have just broken with this God of War here, which would have probably been a better idea. I think we're going to pop this. I need to move my little thing here. We'll install a free coster. We just put a sandstone out. That feels... Oh, no, we kind of want to get the Mavirus, right? But we're way more likely to draw into a Mavirus. So I think we just put sandstone probably on this server here, server 8. And then we'll potentially force them to like spend a ridiculous amount of money to get through here. Okay, Keisha. That's going to make him a lot of money at some point. We'll res this. It has been pointed out by chat that I probably could have just looked for an agenda and scored out in the Slee remote by now. but I'm on a mission now. To Slee a runner with hand size of 12. Okay, right. So Zato here is good. Or we just push for send a message. It's okay. Let's draw one for some other ice. That's other ice. God of War gets through it quite easily. Unless we purge. I think we just put that on server 8 and we put a Zato on server 8. And then this is going to become our scoring server. If we can get an envelopment there as well, or we find any viruses, then we are very, very good. Yeah, what's the point in building the deck if we're not gonna like go full on? We might just manual purge next turn. Oh, they have got Acacia down though, actually. So I think we don't purge until it basically is gonna be. Oh, this'll do. Yes. Okay, I think this is going to get us 4 credits. To boost, they need to pay 14, which they cannot do. Ironically, if this purges, then they make loads of money off the Acacia. Acacia value. Oh. Here they have to boost into this, otherwise they lose their God of War. So the reason that I'm not purging source is that we have 3 copies of the virus and 1 macrophage. I don't know. Can you remember how many tokens we can do it manual? Yeah. Okay. Bit of manual jigging. So yeah, so we didn't purge because we got 3 viruses and we also have a macrophage. You might want to boost into that one. Geode is a virus. Cool. So we're definitely going to trash this God of War. I don't think this is going to matter. But we will remove the God of War just in case. They probably pay to go through here. This might give us a board control. Okay, Slee is now at 11 counters. Yes, we will get a board control. We'll put it on R&D. Do we have a way of fetching our kill? Oh, we don't. And I think we've used all our extracts. Okay. Hopefully we just don't need the Storgotic. Hand size of 13. We can do 10 damage currently. They running hot. Okay, that brings our hand size down to 1. They do have a paperclip. Damn it. Fine. We've already obbed, right? So we haven't got anything ridiculous we can do. But if this fires, this is going to fire. Slee's going to be at 15 counters. It's going to happen. I think XCAM might be letting it happen a little bit, but they are playing a deck which is very hard against the current deck that we've got. Just it's very hard against any deck which is running. We'll get rid of this. Which is running 3 copies of Mavirus. We will remove Botulus. Okay. Slee is now going to do 15 damage. They only have 1 click. It's protected by a border control. We have Hafren here and a border control here. I don't think. Ooh, scary. I don't think we want to res any of this ice. Yeah, we're nearly like we're gonna spend our entire turn sleeing, which is hilarious. Are they running hot again? I love this. Oh, they hit their counter surveillance. Oof. The double running hot win this turn play. Okay, they might steal here. We might be in trouble. But is there anywhere? But I don't think there's anything they can do last click. Last click, we can pop this. Yeah. 2 CS. Maybe. You stick them both down. Then hit running hot. Okay, do we want to do anything here? I think we might want to trash for Maryland to put it back in the deck. Just so there's one more card in the deck, which is not one of these. It means they have to trash something. So we'll trash for Marilyn. We'll shuffle for Marilyn. This fires. Slee will gain 2 more. She's at 19. 19 counter Slee. Oh, they missed to send a message. Please let me have the turn. Okay. Quick screenshot first. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Bam. There was 1 in HQ. You missed it. But I don't think any way of finding 1 more. I have 3 Mavirus and a macrophage. It's probably not a great matchup. Steel Skin isn't a card. Yeah, we're kind of ignoring Steel Skin. And it's kind of working for us. I mean, they can't draw up to to the level that we could do 15 damage. That's pretty much their entire deck. We nearly had enough counters to even do another damage next turn if we wanted. Okay, Slee works. We've done 4 games and we've won 3 of them. And the one that we lost, like, I feel like maybe we were a bit unlucky and we possibly could have played it a little better. I think that might be the end of. I'd say the stream, but it's not. It's the end of the Sleem. Just to get one last one in. But this was a great deck. I'll for anyone who wasn't. We did change the agendas a bit since we started. The Biovolt didn't come into effect. We didn't actually see a single pinhole threading, which is what I was like worried about. But maybe we didn't need it. This worked. It's kind of worked. Like, obviously, maybe don't take it to your CO if you're planning on winning, but I'll probably sleeve this up. I'll probably sleeve this up and maybe play it on Wednesday at our local meetup. It's been a while since I've sleeved my local players. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to end the night. 3-1. Pretty happy with that. Slee in 2023. 2020 Slee. Okay, that's the last one. Yes, indeed, Source. Boo and hiss. Thank you all for joining me. Oh, by the way, quick shout out to Luke, who played my Tag Me Freedom list. I think they didn't. I think it won every game at this. This was at the Melbourne CO. But yeah, shout out to them for repping Tag Me Freedom. This was the one which I took to UK Nationals, and they played very good Asmari list, which is like terrifying at the moment. So yeah, have a good time if you're heading off to CO next weekend. If you're English, there's a nice one going on in Nottingham if you're up north. And I think the weekend after there is Aldershot CO as well. So I unfortunately, kind of fortunately, I'm in Spain, so I can't make it. And depressingly, it was 1 week too late to go to the Barcelona CO. Otherwise, I'd have done that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed tonight. I actually had a really good time. That was a hell of a lot of fun. And we got our jank to work, so you can't really ask for more. Good night and good day and good afternoon, everyone. I will see you next time. I've been Baa Ram Wu. Thank you for stopping by.